It's only here again. Let's talk about the UFC 311. We just concluded last night, and it was amazing card. Actually, a very amazing card, which lived up to the expectation. But before I start giving up the fight, because I'm going to mention only the three main events, which I talked before this video, my former video about the 311 were just the main event. And yeah, I think I'm going to talk about that today. But I want just to bring make up something. I want to talk about these things. Honestly, it's so annoying when and it's so hard, difficult when you know that you are about to fight someone, and at the end of the week, leading like day or 2 days before, you know that that person is pulling out. You have to think about another person. You just spoil the card. You just spoil the card for the fighter who is about to fight. You spoil the card for the fans who paid for the fight, and you spoil the card for most, especially the person who is about to fight the person. Because you don't know if the opponent who is pulling out of the fight is going to get the shot back. In respect of Arman Sakurian, I respect him, he's a very good fighter, but for him now to get back to the title shot, he has to beat at least one or two people. At least one or two people. That's what he has to do. For him to be able to come back to face Islam Makhachev, which I think is the right person to face Islam Makhachev, he has to come back and beat at least one or two people. But let's just forget about that at the moment. And I just wanted to put my thought on this, because I feel like for Islam to go into 2 days or 1 day notice of doing that is not going to fight Aman Sakuri and have training for him for months. That shows how good, and the way he finished Moicano, that shows how good Islam is. I would never doubt Islam. It was my pick in the preview. It was my pick. I told you cannot bet against Islam. He's super good. He is that good. Moicano, on the other hand, had a fight with Belal Dariush. What is thought, man? One day noticed. It's an opportunity, a lifetime opportunity. I remember there have been an upset in the UFC when it comes to fighters taking fight on not short notice. Fighters fighting champions on short notice. It's very dangerous because you don't know who the opponent is going to bring. Moicano, in the other hand, was fighting Dariush. He was called to face Islam Makhachev. This was his only opportunity. He has been in the UFC for 11 years. And this was his first opportunity to the title. Is an opportunity that might never come again. And you could see it in his face after he lost that fight. You could see from the post interview, say he doesn't know if he's going to get this again. But kudos to Moicano. Coming into that fight, you're fighting, and if not the best fighter currently in the roster, arguably the best in the history when it comes to light heavyweight champion. Islam Makhachev just made himself officially the best lightweight fighter in the history. Defended his title 4 times, not defeated for 28 times. There is nothing else to say about Islam Makhachev. So Moicano, even when I noticed it was Moicano, I know that it will be over. I know it cannot beat Islam Makhachev. There are a lot of things I could say, but honestly, if there's something I would say, you cannot just beat Islam Makhachev like that. It's impossible. Islam Makhachev is ready for anyone. I'm not surprised the way that fight went, because when I knew that it was Moicano, I knew that fight is not going to last first or second round. And it didn't even last more than 1 minute something. Islam Makhachev just pushed him, put him on the floor, and submitted him. There is nothing else to say. But just kudos to Moicano, because if he keeps on that run, he just need to beat 1 or 2 people more and come back to the title again. But he has to be very good with his mouth. You're not just beating somebody and just say, I need somebody else. You're beating somebody and still calling for the title shot, because I know Islam doesn't like to fight somebody twice, but he's not the one ruling here. It's UFC that is the one ruling here. And Islam, on the other hand, there's nothing to say about that guy. That guy is just too good. He's just too good. Too good. Too good. Who else can beat him? For me, there's this potential fight between him and Charles Oliveira. I think Oliveira should be next. And I think Oliveira should prepare himself for this one, because Islam is going to come everything to just finish him. But mind you, it is Charles the Bronco Oliveira. There's somebody who could give him a lot of problem in that division. It is Charles Oliveira. And I hope Charles Oliveira prepare a lot for this one because I want him to win that belt back. But who am I to say it? Because we all are fans. I'm just saying out of emotion. But you cannot say anything against Islam Makhachev because Islam Makhachev, if not the best, he is the best. So for Charles Oliveira to defeat Islam Makhachev, that will take a long time. Let's go to the main event. I mean, it was a massive fight. Merab against Umar Magomedov. Wow. Wow. If there is somebody who is about that talk, I mean, nobody now is going to come out and doubt Merab Tvashvili. I mean, that guy is an absolute cardio machine. Dominated that fight from the third round to the fifth round. I mean, we all could make a claim that he had maybe the second round against Umar. I could have him draw that second round, a draw, but the first round actually I will give it to Umar. But him, the way he demonstrated, the way he acted, the show he was giving while fighting a dangerous fighter as Umar Nurmagomedov. You're talking of the Dagestanis. You're showing them even all the takedown Umar tried to do against the other guy. It didn't work. It didn't work. So I don't know who else can beat this Merab, man. What a show! What a fight! He dominated that fight. Showed the world that you can be able to beat the Dagestanis. This guy cardio machine is incredible. Because this one shot he gave to Merab, to Umar, I thought Umar was going to go down. And he pointed to Umar, and I thought he was going down, honestly. That shot, not everybody can take that. But Umar as well, come on. He broke his hand in the first one. Maybe that could be one of the reasons he couldn't be able to move forward with that fight. But when you look at the fight in general, it was a banger. 5-round banger. They were coming forward, two of them, most especially Merab. His cardio is just something else. His cardio is just something else. That guy, now nobody's gonna doubt him now. Nobody's gonna doubt him. The question is this now, after beating a very high, dangerous opponent, which everybody thought is gonna win, who is next for him? Who is he gonna face? Who can beat him in that division? And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult because if he's going to move up to the world class, he has to face his own brother, which is Ilia Topuria. And Ilia Topuria, they are very good friends. The same country. So I don't think that fight happening. I think Merab is going to stay a long time in that division and look for the next guy. Just the next guy who's going to defeat him. Let's talk about the third co-main event. I mean, that for me was the fight of the night. Was the fight of the night. Jiri Prochazka and Jamal Hill. What a fight. Oh, Jamal Hill. I didn't know that Jamal Hill's chin was this strong. You know how many times Jiri Prochazka knocked him out. He stood up again and still fought him. He knocked him out. He stood up again and still fought him. I mean, what a fight. What a fight. Mind you, these are two former light heavyweight champions. These are two former light heavyweight champions. These are legends. Young, still in their prime. But two of them, what they have in common is they've lost devastating way against the current champion, Alex Poatan Pereira. So what are we talking about here, guys? Honestly, I was watching that fight yesterday. I was like, damn, what a fight. These two people this fight could potentially be a light heavyweight championship belt. But kudos to Jiri Prochazka. I mean, I still see a little bit of weakness in his fight. He still brings that hands down. Why can't Jiri Prochazka just try to cover his head? Because Poatan will be watching. We know that, okay, the fight, what even we notice in the fight against Jamal Hill, Jiri Prochazka will punch and put his head down. Will punch and move his head. Will punch and move his head. This is something that Poatan really studies very well. Poatan might just look at him and just fake a hand and just kick him again like he did the last fight. I mean, it was a beautiful fight. It was an amazing fight for me. That was the fight of the night. Beautiful finish by Jiri Prochazka. Nothing to talk about that. Honestly, that was an amazing fight. Amazing card in general, but I'm going to say kudos to Jiri Prochazka for getting that win. And he calling out Alex Pereira for the third fight. I hope he gets it. There's a possibility. I've seen a lot of third fights in my life. And since watching MMA, and I believe is one of the person that's going to get that third potential fight against Poatan. Do I think he's going to beat Poatan? I still think it's impossible the way he fights. He has to change a lot of things to beat Poatan. And we also heard that Poatan fight is official against Ankalaev. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm looking forward to that. So I hope whichever of them win that fight will face Hiri Poaska. But I don't think Hiri Poaska will go and fight for the belt if Poatan is the current champion. Guys, let me know what you think about the UFC 311. I mean, it was an amazing card. Kudos. And let me even talk about this issue as well. Kevin Holland, I don't know what's going on with the guy, man. Kevin Holland is just losing fights lately. I think he just need to calm down, work on those parts that is weak. Most especially his ground game is so bad. He needs to work on that. I like that Kevin Holland, but this is a mixed martial art. Nobody's going to come here and look at you and just think you're going to win. No, everybody's going to come for their win. Let me know what you think about UFC 311. Let me know what you think about this video. Guys, likes, comment, subscribe. Guys, we are improving. We are improving. This is a sport channel. I won't talk about any other sport than fighting, but I'm going to talk about them soon. But until then, peace.